Welcome to the 12th episode of the Reality Transurfing Fundamentals series. Today, we'll explore a principle at the very heart of creating your own reality. The unity of heart and mind, creating harmony between feeling and thinking. Let's begin with a simple truth. Within each of us, there are two powerful forces, the heart and the mind. The mind is the realm of thoughts, logic, analysis, and beliefs. The heart is the realm of feelings, intuition, inspiration, and the subtle language of the soul. Most people live their lives with these two forces in conflict. The mind wants one thing, the heart longs for another. The mind is filled with doubts, fears, and rational explanations, while the heart whispers dreams, desires, and quiet certainties. This inner conflict is the root of much of our struggle and dissatisfaction. When the mind and heart are not in agreement, the image you project into the world is blurred and indistinct. The mirror of reality cannot reflect a clear, powerful image, so your desires manifest weakly, if at all. You may find yourself working hard, visualizing, affirming, and striving, yet nothing seems to change. The reason is simple: your mind and heart are not united. Think about the last time you made a decision that didn't feel quite right. Perhaps you took a job that looked perfect on paper, but something inside you resisted. Or maybe you entered a relationship because it made logical sense, but your heart never fully engaged. These experiences leave us feeling fragmented and unfulfilled, as if we're living someone else's life rather than our own. This disconnection between what we think we should want and what we truly desire creates a constant state of inner turmoil. But when your thoughts and feelings are in harmony, something remarkable happens. The image you project into the world becomes sharp and vibrant. The mirror of reality responds with clarity and speed. Outer intention, the mysterious force that allows you to select the reality you desire, can finally work in your favor. This unity of heart and mind is the true secret behind all lasting change and effortless manifestation. Consider those rare moments when you felt completely aligned, when what you wanted matched perfectly with what made sense. Perhaps it was a creative project that excited your imagination while also offering practical benefits, or a decision that felt both emotionally right and logically sound. In these moments, you likely noticed how effortlessly things fell into place. Obstacles seemed to dissolve, resources appeared as needed, and progress felt natural rather than forced. This is the power of unity in action. So how do you achieve this unity? The first step is awareness. Begin to notice the dialogue between your mind and your heart. When you think about your goals, your dreams, or even your daily decisions, listen for the quiet voice of your heart. Does it feel open, inspired, and at peace? Or do you sense resistance, anxiety, or a subtle feeling of no? The heart speaks in feelings, not words. A sense of lightness, excitement, or calm is a yes. A sense of heaviness, unease, or reluctance is a no. The mind, on the other hand, is always ready with explanations, arguments, and rationalizations. It wants to control, to plan, and to keep you safe. The mind is easily swayed by pendulums, external influences, social norms, and the expectations of others. The heart is immune to these pressures. It knows what it wants, even if it cannot explain why. To understand this better, let's explore the nature of these two aspects of our being. The mind operates through linear thinking, cause and effect, pros and cons. It creates categories, makes comparisons, and builds logical structures. This is incredibly useful for navigating the physical world, solving problems, and creating systems. However, the mind is also limited by its past experiences and learned beliefs. It can only conceive of possibilities based on what it has already seen or been taught. The heart, in contrast, operates through a different kind of intelligence. It perceives the whole rather than the parts, sensing patterns and possibilities that the mind cannot grasp. The heart connects us to our deeper purpose, our authentic desires, and the field of infinite potential. It doesn't need evidence or proof to know what's true for us. This knowing comes from a place beyond logic, yet it's often more accurate than our most careful analysis. To create unity, bring the mind and heart into dialogue. When you set a goal or make a decision, don't just analyze it logically. Ask yourself, how does this feel to my heart? If your mind says yes, but your heart says no, pause. Don't force yourself forward. Instead, explore what your heart is telling you. Sometimes, a small adjustment, a shift in your approach, your timing, or your expectations can bring both into alignment. This dialogue requires patience and genuine curiosity. The heart often communicates through subtle sensations, images, or sudden insights. You might feel a warm expansion in your chest when considering one option and a slight contraction when thinking of another. These physical cues are your heart's way of guiding you. Learning to interpret these signals is like learning a new language. It takes practice and attention. When your heart and mind agree, you'll feel a wave of confidence, enthusiasm, and inner peace. This is the signal that your intention is clear and ready to be projected into the world. The mirror of reality will now reflect your image with power and precision. Let's examine this phenomenon through a practical lens. Imagine you're considering a major life change, perhaps moving to a new city. Your mind begins its analysis: job opportunities, cost of living, proximity to family, climate considerations. Meanwhile, your heart responds with its own wisdom, a sense of adventure and possibility, or perhaps a feeling of leaving something important unfinished. Neither perspective is wrong. Both offer valuable information. The key is to honor both voices without letting either dominate. If your mind is excited about the career prospects, but your heart feels heavy about leaving your community, explore this tension. Perhaps there's a way to advance professionally while maintaining important connections. Or maybe the heart is revealing that community matters more to you than you realized. This exploration leads to decisions that honor your whole being rather than just one aspect. Let me share another example that many can relate to. Consider the process of choosing a life partner. The mind evaluates compatibility factors, shared values, life goals, financial stability, family approval. The heart responds to chemistry, emotional connection, and that ineffable feeling of rightness with someone. When people choose partners based solely on logic, they often find themselves in relationships that look good on paper but lack passion and deep connection. Conversely, those who follow only their heart's intense attractions may find themselves repeatedly drawn to unhealthy dynamics. True partnership emerges when both heart and mind align. You feel deeply connected and emotionally fulfilled, while also recognizing genuine compatibility and shared vision. This alignment doesn't mean finding someone perfect. It means finding someone who resonates with both your emotional truth and your practical wisdom. This principle extends far beyond major life decisions. It influences our daily choices, creative expressions, and moment-to-moment experiences. When you're deciding what to eat, for instance, your mind might focus on nutritional value while your heart speaks through cravings and satisfaction. Unity comes from finding foods that nourish both body and soul. When choosing how to spend your free time, the mind might push for productivity while the heart longs for play. Balance emerges when you find activities that feel both fulfilling and meaningful. But what if your mind and heart are deeply divided? What if your heart wants something your mind can't believe is possible? This is where transurfing offers a powerful practice. Reduce importance and drop excess potential. Often, the mind resists the heart's desires because it has been conditioned by fear, doubt, and the beliefs of others. The more you inflate the importance of a goal, the more resistance you create. Let's delve deeper into this concept of importance. When we assign excessive importance to an outcome, we create what feels like a life-or-death situation internally. The mind goes into overdrive, analyzing every possible scenario, often focusing on what could go wrong. The heart, sensing this tension and fear, begins to contract. Its natural wisdom becomes clouded by the mind's anxiety. This is excess potential, an energetic imbalance that actually pushes away what we desire. Think about a time when you wanted something desperately. Perhaps it was a specific job, relationship, or achievement. The more important it became, the more tense and effortful your pursuit. You might have noticed that things seemed to go wrong more often, obstacles multiplied, and what you wanted seemed to slip further away. This isn't punishment or bad luck. It's the natural result of creating excess potential through inflated importance. Instead, relax your grip. Remind yourself that you are free to choose and that your worth is not dependent on any outcome. Gently affirm your right to pursue what your heart desires, even if your mind doesn't see the way yet. Over time, as you reduce importance and trust the process, the mind will begin to accept new possibilities. The heart's quiet certainty will grow stronger. This relaxation of importance doesn't mean becoming indifferent or giving up on your desires. Rather, it's about holding them lightly with open hands rather than clenched fists. It's the difference between desperately needing something and preferring it. When you prefer rather than need, both heart and mind can relax. The heart can speak its truth without the pressure of desperation, and the mind can explore possibilities without the paralysis of fear. You can also use visualization and affirmation to bring the mind and heart together. Imagine your desired reality as if it is already true. See it, feel it, and let yourself experience the joy, peace, or excitement it brings. If doubts arise, don't fight them. Simply acknowledge them and return your focus to the feeling of unity and fulfillment. Let's explore the art of visualization more deeply. Effective visualization isn't just about creating mental pictures. It's about generating the complete inner experience of your desired reality. When you visualize, engage all your senses. If you're imagining your ideal home, don't just see the rooms. Feel the texture of your favorite chair, smell the aroma of coffee brewing in your kitchen, hear the sounds of life that fill the space. Most importantly, feel the emotions of being there, the peace, joy, and sense of belonging. The mind initially might resist, bringing up practical concerns. How will you afford this? What about your current obligations? Rather than arguing with these thoughts, acknowledge them with respect. Tell your mind, "Thank you for looking out for me. I hear your concerns and will address them together. For now, let's simply explore this possibility." This respectful dialogue prevents the mind from becoming an adversary and invites it to become a collaborative partner. As you continue visualizing, something interesting happens. The mind begins to notice opportunities and resources it previously overlooked. It starts generating creative solutions rather than just obstacles. Meanwhile, the heart feels validated and heard, which strengthens its voice and clarity. This mutual reinforcement creates an upward spiral of possibility and belief. Another powerful tool is self-love and acceptance. When you love yourself as you are, you dissolve the inner conflict that comes from trying to meet external standards. You give yourself permission to pursue your own path, and the mind relaxes its grip. The heart feels safe to express its desires, and unity naturally arises. Self-love is often misunderstood in our culture. It's not about narcissism or self-indulgence. True self-love is a deep acceptance of your whole being, shadows and light, strengths and vulnerabilities. It's recognizing that you are a unique expression of life itself, worthy of respect and care simply because you exist. This acceptance creates a safe internal environment where both heart and mind can express themselves without fear of judgment or rejection. Consider how you speak to yourself throughout the day. Notice the inner critic that judges your thoughts as stupid or your feelings as wrong. This internal violence creates a battlefield where heart and mind become enemies rather than allies. Practice catching these moments of self-judgment and replacing them with compassionate understanding. Instead of, "I'm so indecisive," try, "I'm taking time to honor both my feelings and thoughts." This shift in self-talk creates space for integration rather than conflict. Self-acceptance also means honoring your unique way of processing life. Some people naturally lead with their heart, making decisions based on feeling and adjusting the logical details later. Others lead with their mind, needing to understand before they can feel safe to engage emotionally. Neither approach is superior. They're simply different starting points for the same journey toward unity. Accepting your natural tendencies while developing the complementary aspect creates balance and wholeness. The journey toward heart-mind unity also involves healing past wounds that create disconnection. Many of us learned early in life that either our thoughts or our feelings were not welcome. Perhaps you were told you were too sensitive and learned to trust only logic. Or maybe you were criticized for overthinking and learned to distrust your analytical abilities. These early experiences create internal divisions that persist into adulthood. Healing these divisions requires gentle attention and patience. Notice when you reflexively dismiss either your thoughts or feelings. Ask yourself, what am I afraid will happen if I listen to this part of myself? Often, you'll discover old fears of rejection, failure, or loss of control. By bringing conscious awareness and adult understanding to these fears, you can begin to create new patterns of internal cooperation. Let's explore another dimension of this unity, the role of the body. The body serves as a bridge between heart and mind, constantly communicating the state of their relationship. When heart and mind are in conflict, the body expresses this through tension, fatigue, or even illness. When they're in harmony, the body responds with vitality, ease, and radiant energy. Pay attention to your body's signals throughout the day. Notice where you hold tension when making difficult decisions. Feel the difference in your energy when you act from unity versus division. The body never lies. It faithfully reflects your inner state. By developing body awareness, you gain another tool for recognizing and cultivating heart-mind harmony. Simple practices like conscious breathing can help facilitate this unity. When you notice internal conflict, pause and take several deep breaths. Imagine breathing into both your heart and mind, creating a bridge of breath between them. This simple act often creates enough space for a new perspective to emerge, one that honors both aspects of your being. Movement practices like yoga, tai chi, or dance can also foster integration. These activities require both mental focus and emotional presence, naturally bringing heart and mind into collaboration. Regular movement practice creates new neural pathways that support unified functioning in all areas of life. The state of heart-mind unity also transforms how we relate to time. The mind often lives in the past or future, analyzing what happened or planning what's next. The heart exists in the eternal now, feeling the truth of this moment. When they're divided, we feel rushed, anxious, or disconnected from life. When they're united, we experience what athletes call flow, or what mystics call presence, a state where time seems to expand and everything happens with perfect timing. This relationship with time affects our ability to manifest. When the mind is frantically pushing toward future goals while the heart feels unfulfilled in the present, we create temporal static that interferes with manifestation. But when both are aligned, the heart feeling the joy of the desired reality now, while the mind calmly takes appropriate action, we create a coherent temporal field that draws our desires toward us. Let's examine how this unity affects our relationship with money and abundance. The mind often approaches money through fear and scarcity, calculating and worrying. The heart may either reject money as unspiritual or crave it as a source of security and freedom. This division creates financial struggle and feast or famine cycles. Unity emerges when the mind recognizes money as a neutral tool for creating and exchanging value, while the heart connects to the joy of circulation and contribution. You begin to see earning as an act of service and spending as an investment in what you value. This alignment creates a healthy flow of abundance that serves both practical needs and soul purposes. The same principle applies to creative expression. The mind wants to create something good or successful, focusing on technique and market appeal. The heart wants to express truth and beauty, regardless of external validation. Artists often struggle between these drives, creating work that satisfies neither aspect fully. Creative unity comes when technique serves expression and authentic voice finds skillful form. The mind provides structure and craft, while the heart infuses meaning and passion. This marriage births creations that touch others deeply while also achieving recognition and success. Think of any masterpiece, it represents this perfect fusion of skill and soul. In relationships, heart-mind unity transforms how we love. The mind seeks security, compatibility, and predictability in relationships. The heart seeks connection, passion, and growth. When divided, we either choose safe but stale relationships or exciting but unstable ones. Unified relating honors both needs. We choose partners who inspire growth and provide stability, who excite our hearts and engage our minds. We learn to have conversations that blend emotional depth with practical planning. We create relationships that are both safe harbors and launching pads for adventure. This unity also changes how we handle conflict. When heart and mind are divided, we either react emotionally without thinking or overthink without feeling. Neither approach resolves conflict effectively. But when unified, we can feel our emotions fully while thinking clearly about solutions. We can express our heart's truth while respecting logical boundaries. This creates conflicts that lead to growth rather than damage. The practice of meditation offers a direct path to experiencing and strengthening heart-mind unity. In meditation, you learn to observe both thoughts and feelings without being controlled by either. You discover the spacious awareness that contains both, the unified field from which both arise. Regular meditation creates a familiar resting place of unity that you can access throughout your day. Different meditation techniques emphasize different aspects of this unity. Mindfulness meditation teaches you to observe thoughts without judgment, creating space for the heart's wisdom. Heart-centered practices like loving-kindness meditation soften the mind's edges and open channels of feeling. Integrative practices consciously blend both, perhaps visualizing light flowing between heart and mind or breathing into both centers simultaneously. As you deepen in this practice of unity, you'll notice phases and cycles. Sometimes heart and mind flow together effortlessly, and manifestation feels magical. Other times, old patterns of division resurface, especially during stress or major transitions. This is natural and not a sign of failure. Each cycle offers an opportunity to strengthen unity at a deeper level. During challenging phases, remember that conflict between heart and mind often signals growth. When your heart expands into new desires that your mind can't yet conceive, or when your mind glimpses possibilities that your heart isn't ready to feel, you're at the edge of expansion. Honor this edge without forcing resolution. Trust that unity will emerge in its own timing as you continue practicing acceptance and dialogue. The path to heart-mind unity is ultimately a spiritual journey. It's about recognizing that these apparent opposites are actually complementary aspects of one consciousness. Like the yin-yang symbol, each contains the seed of the other. The heart has its own logic and the mind has its own feelings. As you embrace this paradox, you move beyond duality into a unified field of being. This unity extends beyond personal benefit. When you operate from heart-mind harmony, you become a force for coherence in the world. Your unified energy field influences others, inviting them into their own integration. Your decisions and creations carry a power that touches and transforms. You become a conscious participant in the evolution of collective consciousness. Looking at the practical steps again, let's explore each with even greater nuance. Awareness is the foundation. Begin each day with a brief check-in. How is my heart feeling? What is my mind thinking? Throughout the day, pause before decisions to notice both voices. Create a simple journal practice, perhaps rating the alignment between heart and mind on a scale of 1 to 10. This consistent attention naturally strengthens unity over time. Dialogue requires creating actual communication channels. Write letters from your mind to your heart and vice versa. Set up internal meetings where both can express their perspectives fully. Use your imagination to give each a form or character that can speak. Some people visualize their heart as a wise child or ancient sage, their mind as a brilliant scientist or strategic advisor. Find representations that resonate for you and let them converse. Reducing importance is an ongoing practice. Notice when you're gripping too tightly to an outcome. Ask yourself, what would this look like if it were easy? Play with the idea that the universe has multiple ways to fulfill your desires, many better than what your mind has planned. Practice celebrating small manifestations as evidence that you're supported, building trust that reduces the need for desperate importance. Visualization becomes more powerful as you refine it. Create a sacred time and space for this practice. Light a candle, play inspiring music, make it a ritual that both heart and mind anticipate. After visualizing, spend time in gratitude as if your desire has already manifested. This gratitude is the frequency of fulfillment that aligns both aspects of your being. Self-love deepens through consistent small acts. Speak kindly to yourself when you make mistakes. Celebrate your efforts, not just outcomes. Treat your body with care through nourishing food and movement. Honor your needs for rest, play, and creative expression. Each act of self-care sends a message to both heart and mind that they are valued and safe. Trusting the process means releasing timelines and embracing mystery. The mind wants schedules and guarantees. The heart knows that growth happens in spirals, not straight lines. Trust bridges this gap, allowing you to take aligned action while remaining open to unexpected possibilities. Keep a synchronicity journal to build evidence of the universe's support, strengthening trust for both aspects of your being. As we near the end of our exploration, let's acknowledge the profound transformation that awaits those who commit to this path. When heart and mind unite, you don't just create a better life, you become a different person. You move from fragmentation to wholeness, from effort to flow, from hoping to knowing. Your presence becomes a gift to everyone you meet, radiating the coherence that our divided world desperately needs. The journey continues beyond achieving unity. Once you taste this alignment, you'll discover ever deeper levels of integration. The unity of heart and mind opens doorways to unity with nature, with others, with the cosmos itself. Each level of unity reveals new capacities for creation and contribution. You realize that your individual alignment is part of a greater symphony of consciousness evolution. When you achieve unity of heart and mind, you become a powerful creator. The image you project is clear, strong, and irresistible to the mirror of reality. Life responds with synchronicity, ease, and fulfillment. You find yourself in the right place at the right time, meeting the right people, and experiencing the flow of outer intention working on your behalf. This is not a final destination, but an ongoing dance. Some days the music is clear and your steps are perfectly synchronized. Other days you stumble and step on each other's toes. But with practice and patience, the dance becomes more graceful, more joyful, more creative. You learn to lead and follow, to move in harmony with the rhythm of your own being. In our next episode, we'll explore the difference between outer intention and inner intention. The secret to manifesting reality with even greater power and precision. We'll discover how the unity of heart and mind creates the foundation for accessing outer intention. The force that moves mountains and parts seas, not through effort, but through alignment with the greater flow of life. Until then, remember, the most important relationship you have is the one between your heart and your mind. Nurture this unity, and watch as your world transforms in ways you never imagined possible. Every moment offers an opportunity to choose harmony over conflict, integration over division. In this choice lies your power to craft a reality that reflects the highest vision of both your deepest feelings and your clearest thoughts. The path is before you. Your heart knows the destination, your mind can see the steps. Together, they'll carry you home to yourself and beyond, into the limitless potential that is your birthright. Trust the journey, embrace the process, and celebrate each moment of unity as the miracle it truly is.